Hello guys here. Another new part of What If Naruto Had Mana. If you didn't subscribe the channel, please subscribe and like the video. Okay, shall we begin? Our story picks up after a tense encounter where Naruto barely escaped an ambush orchestrated by Danzo's Root ANBU agents. These agents aim to probe Naruto's strength, though their motives remain shrouded in mystery. Fortunately, Kakashi arrived just in time to intervene and shield the boy from further harm. For those of you just joining, be sure to check out earlier parts in the series. Links are in the description below. The aftermath. Naruto and Kakashi surveyed the battered clearing left in the wake of the battle. The earth was torn asunder, scorched black by raw elemental energy. Trees were split in half, their branches strewn across the forest floor. Kakashi's lone visible eye remained fixed on Naruto, filled with questions. "Oi, Naruto," Kakashi began cautiously, his tone flat but tinged with curiosity. "Why does this place look like it was hit by a Kage-level jutsu? I've fought alongside some of the greatest shinobi, and yet I've rarely seen devastation like this. Spill it." Now. Naruto instinctively stiffened. He couldn't risk revealing the existence of his system, the mysterious entity that had upended his understanding of the world. It wasn't just a secret, it was his edge in a village where secrets often dictated life or death. "I discovered a new type of power," Naruto said, half laughing but trying to sound convincing. "Something like chakra but, different. I call it mana." Kakashi blinked, skeptical yet intrigued. "Mana?" "Yeah. It's kind of like chakra, but I can control it without hand seals or concentrating the same way," Naruto explained, fabricating with as much confidence as he could muster. "I've been practicing it to protect myself better. You saw what those ANBU were doing, right? If I didn't fight back..." Kakashi sighed, cutting him off. He didn't press further but filed the term mana into his mental notes. This wasn't the time to grill Naruto. "Fine, but we're taking this to the Hokage. He needs to know what's going on." Reporting to Hiruzen. The third Hokage's office felt heavier than usual, the atmosphere thick with unspoken tension. Kakashi had just finished his account of the attack, and Hiruzen Sarutobi was silent for a long moment. His fingers steepled before him, his brow furrowed. "Root agents, you say?" Hiruzen finally spoke, his voice low and grave. He turned to Naruto. "Naruto, this was no ordinary skirmish. Danzo seems particularly interested in you, but why now?" "Who knows?" Naruto replied, rubbing the back of his head. "Maybe he just doesn't like that I'm awesome." Hiruzen chuckled softly at the boy's resilience but quickly turned serious again. "Leave Danzo to me. For now, Naruto, you must remain cautious. Kakashi, I trust you'll continue to monitor and mentor him closely?" Kakashi nodded. "Of course, Lord Hokage." Night falls, a new quest. That night, as Naruto sat alone in his tiny apartment, reflecting on the day's events, a familiar blue interface materialized before him. Ding. Quest activated. Fight the demon horde to unlock Thunder Element. Naruto groaned. Another one? Can't I just get some ramen and relax for once? But deep down he was excited. These quests, though grueling, were unlocking powers far beyond what he thought possible. Moments later, a portal shimmered into existence in the center of his room. Naruto took a deep breath, steeling himself for what lay ahead. "All right, let's do this." Stepping through, he was greeted by a hellish landscape. Towering spires of obsidian jutted out from the ground, and the air was thick with the smell of sulfur. A horde of demonic creatures, their glowing red eyes fixed on him, advanced like a wave. Naruto unsheathed his fire dagger, a weapon he had earned in a previous quest. Its blade burned brilliantly against the dark sky. "All right, you ugly jerks. Let's dance." The battle was unlike anything Naruto had experienced before. The demons were relentless, their attacks coordinated and powerful. His fire dagger slashed through the mob, flames erupting with each strike, but the numbers were overwhelming. Facing the Demon King. Just as he thought he was gaining ground, the earth trembled. Emerging from the depths was the Demon King, a hulking figure wielding a thunderous warhammer. The aura alone made Naruto's knees buckle, but he gritted his teeth, forcing himself to stand. "You think I'm scared of you?" Naruto yelled, charging forward. The fight was brutal. Each swing of the Demon King's hammer sent shockwaves rippling through the air. Naruto dodged and countered, but he was running out of stamina. In a desperate move, he channeled every ounce of mana into his dagger, creating a fiery explosion that engulfed the king. When the smoke cleared, the Demon King lay defeated. Ding. Quest complete. Thunder element unlocked. Naruto collapsed to the ground, exhausted but triumphant. His system rewarded him with not only the thunder element but also a healing potion and a significant boost to his stats. Another day, another win, he muttered, grinning despite his battered state. The Hokage confronts Danzo. While Naruto recuperated, Hiruzen was hard at work handling political tensions in the village. His confrontation with Danzo escalated quickly. "Danzo," Hiruzen said sternly, "you will cease all operations involving Naruto immediately, and let the Nine Tails run unchecked?" Danzo retorted, "You're a fool, Hiruzen. That boy is a weapon, and you're too blinded by sentiment to see it." Hiruzen slammed his hand on his desk, his anger finally boiling over. "Naruto is not a weapon. He is a child of this village, and I will not allow you to rob him of his humanity. Do I make myself clear?" Danzo's expression hardened, but he gave a stiff nod before departing. Training under Kakashi. Kakashi's training regimen for Naruto intensified. Though the boy's mana abilities were impressive, Kakashi insisted on building a foundation in chakra control and taijutsu. "Don't get too reliant on your fancy mana tricks," Kakashi warned during one session. "Versatility is the key to survival." Naruto grumbled but pushed himself harder. Over the following months, Naruto's progress was extraordinary. He mastered all 5 elemental powers granted by his system, refined his fighting techniques, and even began to tap into the power of the Nine Tails, though their relationship remained tentative. After that incident, Kakashi watched Naruto closely as he continued his training, impressed with the progress he was making. The usual unruly and unpredictable Naruto was now a calm, confident young man. With every step he took in his training, it was clear to Kakashi that this version of Naruto was different. One day, after a rigorous session, Kakashi approached Naruto. "You've come a long way," Kakashi remarked, his eye narrowing as he observed Naruto's focus. "Thanks, sensei," Naruto replied, his voice steady and unshaken, unlike his previous excitable nature. "It's been a lot of work. But I know it's not over yet." Kakashi nodded, recognizing the maturity in Naruto's words. "No, it's only just beginning. You've learned to control your chakra, but what's next for you might be far beyond the realm of chakra." Naruto paused, taking in his teacher's words. It was clear he understood the significance behind them. "I've been experimenting with something different, more natural," Naruto said thoughtfully. "Mana?" Kakashi inquired, raising an eyebrow. "Yeah. It's like chakra, but not really." Naruto chuckled, scratching his head awkwardly. "I guess I'm still figuring it out, but it's been working." Kakashi was silent for a moment. "I see. And how does it feel?" Naruto smirked, a hint of his old self shining through. "Stronger, calmer, and more in control of things. I can tell you that much." Across the village, Hiruzen watched Naruto's progression with a mix of amusement and admiration. Despite his involvement in many of Naruto's learning stages, Hiruzen still couldn't fully fathom the depths of Naruto's potential. One day he called Naruto into his office. "Naruto," the Hokage started, "I've been seeing remarkable changes in you. Not only have your jutsu and skills improved, but your entire demeanor has transformed." Naruto stood at attention, feeling the weight of Hiruzen's words. "I've been working on it. Not just to get stronger, but to show that I can make a real difference." "I can see that," Hiruzen said with a gentle smile. "Keep working hard and maybe one day you'll surpass even the Hokage himself." "Don't get ahead of yourself," Naruto laughed, though the undertone was serious. "But thanks, Hokage-sama. I'll get there." The time for team placements finally arrived, and as each of the new genin teams was announced, there was a palpable sense of anticipation in the air. Sasuke and Sakura were both placed in Team 7, much like in the original timeline, but something was different. Sakura, who had once fussed over Naruto with the same old interest, had begun noticing the drastic shift in his demeanor. When the teams gathered for the official introductions, Sakura glared at Kakashi. "Why are you late?" she demanded, her voice sharp. "We've been waiting here forever." Kakashi, always one to enjoy a bit of mystery, replied with his usual nonchalance. "I was last in the path of life," he said cryptically, causing Sakura's brow to twitch in frustration. Naruto, however, stood unaffected. He glanced over at Sakura, then back to Kakashi as if the sensei's tardiness had been expected. His cool, almost impassive expression shocked her more than any excuse could have. "Why are you not mad?" she huffed at Naruto. "We've been here for so long." Naruto just shrugged. "I figured you'd be the one to get upset." "I'm fine. I've got nothing to prove." Sasuke observed from a distance, clearly annoyed at the way Naruto handled the situation. "He's so detached," Sasuke muttered to himself. "This isn't like the Naruto I knew." But even Sasuke couldn't deny the silent strength radiating from Naruto, an inner strength that Sasuke felt he couldn't ignore. When Kakashi finally appeared on the rooftop, he looked at his students with his typical laid-back expression. He knew this team had potential, but he could already see that Naruto would be the most challenging of them all. Naruto, to the surprise of his teammates, instantly disappeared from his spot, only to appear beside Kakashi in a flash. Kakashi didn't even flinch, but Sasuke and Sakura were in complete shock. "What?" Sakura gasped. "How did he move so fast?" Kakashi casually looked over at Naruto. "Well, you're faster than I thought," he said with a smirk as if it were just another regular day. "But speed alone won't win the test." Naruto, smirking slightly, cracked his knuckles. "It's not just speed, sensei. It's everything. But we'll see." After Kakashi introduced the bell test, Naruto turned to his teammates. "Alright, this is it. We're working together to pass, got it?" Sasuke, already itching to prove himself, nodded sharply. "Of course. I'll take the bells by force if I have to." Sakura hesitated but nodded. "I'll help too." "Let's give it our best shot," Naruto said calmly, his tone different from the old eager Naruto that would have rushed headfirst into the battle. As the test began, Kakashi remained wary of Naruto, recognizing that his ability to manipulate mana and his superior combat skills made him a far more dangerous adversary than any genin he had ever encountered. Naruto quickly asked Kurama, "What do you think, Kurama? You've been quiet?" Kurama, as usual, kept his answer vague. "You know what to do. Show them what you're really capable of." Naruto's face hardened slightly. He made a series of quick clones that weren't your average shadow clones. These were more durable, enhanced by the mana he had been experimenting with. They charged at Kakashi, and while Kakashi dodged, he was visibly surprised by the intensity of the attack. "Nice move, Naruto," Kakashi said with a brief nod, clearly respecting Naruto's growing ability. However, the bell test was far from over. Sasuke unleashed a massive fireball jutsu, trying to break Kakashi's defense, while Sakura, using all her newly learned techniques, suddenly transformed into an electrifying eagle of lightning. She dived at Kakashi, stunning him for a fraction of a second. Naruto, in the midst of the chaos, blurred past the battle, using his enhanced reflexes and instincts to break through Kakashi's defenses. With a burst of speed, he reached Kakashi, who barely had enough time to substitute himself. Still, Naruto's newfound power and sense of precision allowed him to track Kakashi almost immediately. The battle didn't end there. Sasuke meanwhile had questions. "What's with your Sharingan, Kakashi? I need to know more about your eye." Kakashi paused. "I'll tell you about it later, Sasuke," Kakashi replied, noticing Naruto's almost otherworldly sense of awareness. Sakura, having recognized a moment to act, dove in and grabbed one of the bells. "I did it," she exclaimed, breathing a sigh of relief. Kakashi turned to face them, smiling underneath his mask. "You pass," he said. "But it's not just about getting the bells. It's about teamwork." He then shared stories about his own past, particularly about the tragic loss of Obito Uchiha, and how it led him to where he was now. Sasuke, who had been initially reluctant to accept lessons in teamwork, listened attentively, sensing the gravity of Kakashi's words. "That's why I don't trust people easily," Kakashi concluded, his expression thoughtful. It's also why I believe in you, Naruto. You're not just some brat anymore. You've changed. Naruto, now fully aware of the path he'd set himself on, simply nodded, his thoughts already on the next challenges ahead. That as the team's mission started, the first few were dull and tedious, but as time passed, Naruto became restless. He needed more, something greater than mundane tasks. Finally, after a series of routine missions, he approached the third Hokage. Hokage-sama, give us something more challenging, Naruto insisted. I've had enough of these little missions. I want to test myself. Hiruzen, taken aback by the sudden change in Naruto, smiled knowingly. I see you're ready for something more difficult. We'll assign your team to the Land of Waves mission. Naruto's eyes gleamed with determination. I'm ready. And thus began the journey that would test Naruto and his team's abilities to the fullest. The third Hokage, after a brief discussion, assigned Team 7 to their next mission, the Land of Waves. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, along with Kakashi, prepared for the journey. Tazuna, the bridge builder, met them at the village gate with a lackluster attitude as he sized up the team. So, these are the heroes sent to protect me? Tazuna smirked. A bunch of kids? Naruto, unfazed by the jibe, simply rolled his eyes and shrugged. I don't care what you think, old man. We'll get the job done. You'll see. Sasuke glared at Tazuna, equally unimpressed. Humph, don't underestimate us. We might look young, but we're more capable than you realize. Sakura, feeling the tension between the two men, forced a smile. Let's just get going, okay? We've got a job to do. Tazuna laughed dismissively but didn't argue. The team packed their belongings and left the village, heading toward the Land of Waves. As they made their way through the forest, Naruto's sharp senses picked up something odd. He slowed his pace and observed the ground ahead. Hey, hold on, Naruto said, frowning. Why is there a puddle here? It hasn't rained for days. Kakashi, sensing the tension in the air, stopped and turned to Naruto. You're right. Stay alert. Before anyone could react, two figures suddenly rose from the puddle, their eyes cold and merciless. The Demon Brothers, dangerous assassins sent to eliminate Kakashi, stood before the team with swords drawn. They grinned menacingly. Your protection ends here. Tazuna flinched, clearly intimidated by the sight of the two assassins. But to everyone's shock, it was Naruto who made the first move. Naruto's eyes narrowed, and his intense killing intent filled the air. The temperature seemed to drop as he focused on the Demon Brothers, directing his aura of menace toward them. His intent radiated with enough force to freeze the assassins in their tracks. What the? Sasuke murmured, stepping back, wide-eyed at the terrifying pressure Naruto was emitting. Naruto moved faster than the eye could follow, his speed surpassing that of even the most experienced ninja. He blitzed toward the two assassins, knocking them both unconscious with a flurry of rapid blows. The Demon Brothers crumpled to the ground, out cold before they even knew what hit them. Tazuna and the rest of the team watched in disbelief, their eyes wide with shock. That speed. Sakura whispered in awe. How did he move so fast? Sasuke clenched his fists, a surge of anger rising inside him. This can't be happening. He just surpassed me again. Kakashi walked over, his expression a mix of surprise and approval. Naruto, that was impressive. Naruto grinned but didn't say much, his usual cocky demeanor replaced with a quiet confidence. Told you I could handle it. Kakashi, noticing the tension, tried to ease the situation. Look, Team 7, we're in way over our heads. This mission is dangerous. It's not a job for fresh genin. I need you all to head back to the village. Tazuna spoke up, shaking his head. No, you don't understand. My country is in desperate need of the bridge to connect the Land of Waves to the outside world. If you leave now, everything will fall apart. Naruto's eyes flickered with determination as he stepped forward. We're not leaving. You've told us your story. We're going to see this through. Sasuke stood with his arms crossed, looking more resolved than ever. I'll stay too. It's my decision. Sakura nodded firmly. We don't run away, Kakashi-sensei. We've got this. Kakashi sighed deeply. Very well. We continue. But stay sharp. This mission will test all of you. The team set out once more, heading deeper into the misty terrain. But as the fog thickened, Naruto's senses once again went on high alert. "There's something wrong," he muttered, his eyes scanning the surroundings. "I sensed 2 chakra signatures closing in." Just as Naruto warned the others, a massive blade whistled through the air, slashing toward them. Everyone dove out of the way just in time. From above them, a tall figure descended through the mist, Zabuza Momochi, the infamous hidden mist assassin, wielding his enormous blade with deadly intent. Tazuna's face drained of color. "It's him, it's Zabuza?" The situation escalated quickly as Kakashi was trapped inside Zabuza's water prison technique, and Team 7 found themselves without their leader. But Naruto, who had been learning rapidly and pushing his limits, refused to wait idly by. He was done letting others carry the weight of the fight. "Enough of this!" Naruto shouted, his voice filled with unyielding resolve. In an instant, Naruto moved across the water, his speed rivaling that of a jonin. He walked effortlessly on the water's surface, moving so fast that Zabuza barely registered his presence until Naruto was directly in front of him. Without missing a beat, Naruto delivered a crushing kick to Zabuza's control of the water prison, shattering it in an explosion of water. The sudden shift took everyone by surprise, including Zabuza, who was knocked off balance for a brief moment. As Kakashi fell to the water, gasping for air, Naruto was already at Tazuna's side in a blink of an eye. "You okay, Tazuna-san?" Naruto asked calmly, never breaking a sweat despite the heavy confrontation. "Why yeah, I'm fine," Tazuna stammered, still reeling from Naruto's lightning-fast actions. Zabuza, clearly annoyed, gritted his teeth as he swung his blade. "You think you can stop me that easily, boy? Don't get cocky." Naruto stared at Zabuza, his expression unshaken. "It's not about cockiness. It's about getting the job done." In a flash, Naruto reappeared beside Zabuza once again. The moment was over in the blink of an eye. It wasn't just his speed that made the difference. Naruto's reflexes had sharpened, his mana abilities combined with his control over chakra gave him an edge no one could have predicted. Kakashi, now freed from the water prison, stumbled out, panting. His Sharingan activated as he observed the situation, clearly impressed. "Naruto," he said with a deep sigh. "You're becoming more powerful than I thought. I knew you had potential, but this is extraordinary." Naruto shrugged, a faint smile on his face. "Don't worry, Kakashi-sensei. I told you I've been training." "Sensei, protect the bridge builder," Naruto called out as he looked back at Kakashi. "I've got this." Kakashi glanced at Naruto, both exhausted and awestruck. He understood Naruto was capable, perhaps even more than the team was ready to acknowledge. "I trust you, Naruto," Kakashi replied, still trying to catch his breath. "But you'll have to stay sharp. Zabuza isn't someone you can underestimate." Okay guys, here I end this chapter. In next chapter 1 we'll cover the other details about how Naruto aced at Land of Waves mission and Chunin exams. Yes, I am using AI to make the content right, but I do not copy any fanfics. If you like my content, please subscribe my channel and like. I will try hard to improve my content. Thanks for listening this story. See you in next part. Have good day.